even sure what song this is. Oh well. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the brackets, what do we have going on? We have Bahada versus Yola, we have Raw versus Magnum, Silly versus Hader, and Rivals versus Juice, but now it's Letsgowild versus Juice, so, oh, what a cute little crocodile skin. Sorry, we're pet fanatics, so... Okay, so we do have Juice spawning in the top left position, and I need to get these things open as the yellow Zerg, and at the same time we have the victor from the previous game, Letsgowild, spawning as the teal Terran down in this bottom left position. So I actually really like these spawning positions for the Zerg more than anything, simply because this natural is closer to the point where Juice would want to harass it with Mutalisks. It's a slight advantage, but being rotational symmetrical, that can always get in the way of things, and Juice from the very get-go going to be scouting first. And a little known fact for people that actually do know this, I'm sure you guys know this, but you know, scouting this position first is very important because you actually get to see this natural very fast because of the rotational symmetry, so you actually scout out your opponent a little bit faster if they are in that position and you do scout that direction. So Letsgowild looking to be walling in once again. And more crocodile skinks are on my girlfriend's screen, and she's pointing at them for me. Thanks, Henrietta. But at the same time, you know, Juice looking to... it looks like this might be a scout once again. He did send out a 13 scout just to be able to check what is going on in a similar vein to the last game. So that is indeed what is happening. Letsgowild, meanwhile, will be walling in at the same time. And actually sending his drone out to the other direction. Nice scouting in order to be able to find his opponent as quickly as possible. Doesn't want to get cheesed out for any reason. That would be a very bad spot. And Juice, meanwhile, is going to be going for an extractor first into no doubt spawning pool. Safe opening here from Juice. Just kind of changing it up ever so slightly from the first game, and oh, Letsgowild, what are you doing? It's kind of like a Macarax. Maybe he'll be floating this down to the low ground in order to get a little bit of a quicker marine reinforcement there. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see that, so Letsgowild going to be pulling out all the stops here. But there's a little bit of reverse psychology going on here to a certain extent. He's maybe assuming this is Tal'darim. He's thinking that his opponent will expand first and ultimately going to be going for that 2-Rax play in order to be able to put on a little bit of pressure behind that. But at the same time, it's like reverse psychology. Juice realizes that his opponent may know that he's going for an expansion and ultimately goes for that spawning pool first. I can't believe I could say that without any hitches. That was amazing. And Letsgowild at this point, I'm assuming he's going to put on some pressure, so we will have to see what does occur. So, speed now on the way for Juice, so he's going to be in a good stead for any kind of harass that does come along. It's going to be very easy for him to stop. Ooh, actually pulling a few SCVs here. I was going to say it's going to be easy for him to be able to deny this, but actually scouting that out, which is so huge at this point, going to be throwing down spine crawlers very, very quickly in order to get rid of this kind of pressure that is coming along. And maybe we'll see some bunkers, but at the same time, I feel there's going to be enough Zerglings out to be able to deal with this, not to mention the spine crawlers and Queen that are on the way. And we do have that orbital command now warping in for Letsgowild. So he's going to be scouting here. I bet he's quite surprised to see that there is no expansion there, and going to be moving in, and I really feel that this is going to be denied quite easily. Only a few Marines here in order to be able to deny this. Really wants to engage with all these Zerglings at the same time, but now the spine crawlers do finish, and I'm really not sure this could be able to do anything at all. Interesting placement of these units. This is a really sort of a bad idea for Letsgowild. All these units are going to be completely forfeit now, being in the back of the base, and that was cleaned up extremely efficiently from Juice. So Juice is now in such a good position in relative to his opponent. Coming to the income tab now, we do see a slight mineral disparity, and you know, I mean, both players are just kind of playing quite safe right now, I must admit. Despite the harass, nice positioning on these Marines, but ultimately these Zerglings will be able to clean them up. And I say nice positioning because they were in a little choke, not being able to surround at all. And Letsgowild now, kind of walling in once again. Really needs to keep himself protected from this Zergling counterattack that does come along. Only 2 or 3 Marines here though to be able to deny. Nice surround on that Marine there, and looks like he could actually bust this, although he's going to run up here and sees the barracks. Really needs to lift that quickly, and he does indeed. Good job there by Wild. And at the same time, in the main of Juice, not much going on other than droning. Really would like to see him expand too soon. He does have the 350 minerals saved up for that expansion, so wouldn't be surprised if we do see that anytime soon. But now Wild are going for another 2 barracks, so he's content sticking on the 1 base, but at the same time it's going to be very hard for him to secure his natural, considering there are 700 million Zerglings out there. So actually getting an Overlord, which could be big at this point, no, he's not going to be able to supply lock him, but at the same time that's 100 minerals he doesn't want to be spending. A Baneling nest going down. Juice, you baller, you are going to be going for a bust, and that could actually do significant amounts of damage to Letsgowild at this point. He really needs more units out, needs to have these buildings positioned in such a way that the Baneling bust doesn't do enough damage. If he were to create a second wall in here, then he would be in a good stead, but ultimately he has no clue about the Baneling nest. And who's lagging? I don't know. I think it might have been me for ever so slightly. No worries. And we do have more Zerglings out now for Juice at this point, so he's going to be in a good spot if he does actually go for this Baneling bust. As I said before, there's no second wall here. Letsgowild could be in a very, very bad situation if the Banelings do come along. So, Hatchery going down now at the same time, and a lone Marine coming out here to scout. He sees just the 1 Zergling, and that is going to lure Letsgowild into a bit of a false sense of security, as there are a lot of Zerglings and Banelings waiting in the wings, and oh, he's going to move out. Oh no, this could be bad. This could be very bad. A lot of Banelings now have morphed in. The Marines are going to move out. No, this could be horrible, and Letsgowild is putting himself in a potential world of hurt. The Marines are going to move down ever so slightly. Will he end up scouting the Banelings? No, he's just going to move back. Oh, this is tense. The hatchery is going down in the base for Juice right now, but at the same time, you know, this could do a significant amount of damage. Oh, but some Zerglings do ended up getting picked off by Letsgowild there. But the Zerglings now for Juice are going to be moving up here, probably going to be doing the bust. The supply depot is going to go down. Command center is on the way, but at the same time, the wall has been breached. Really needs to move some of these barracks potentially into a better position, but now it's whether or not the Banelings can connect with the SCVs in order to be able to do a significant amount of damage. Marines now coming back, actually picking away at this command center, which is an interesting choice. These Banelings really want to connect here. Letsgowild really needs to be able to split. No, the Banelings explode on the orbital command, and Letsgowild is able to clean that up pretty easily. Juice, meanwhile, has been able to establish his hatchery in his natural. Really wants to kind of do a little bit of a drone switch over there, and more Zerglings now moving out across the map for Juice. He really wants to put on a little bit more pressure in order to be able to deal with the potential blistering economy of Letsgowild anytime soon. Let's remember, ladies and gents, he didn't get any SCV kills with that attack, so it was pretty... all he really got was a supply depot and a few pickoffs of the command center, so repairing this command center now, very nice, as you know, every little bit of health does count. We do have a layer on the way now for Juice, as well as an Evo chamber, another extractor going down, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do see Juice go for the Mutalist counts once again. The Marines are moving out now, being nibbled away at by some of these Zerglings, but ultimately that won't do much at all. Now the Marines are in a prime position in order to be able to deal with these Zerglings, oh, nice scouting there, but the Zerglings could surround. No, they do pull back, and the Marines will fend that off pretty easily. Letsgowild, meanwhile, is just pumping out the Marines. He is very happy with these Marines. He is Marine King 2.0, and hello to you, Spores99 in the chat. A bunker now going down for Letsgowild, and I wouldn't be surprised if Juice is just gonna kind of macro behind this, and indeed we do have 9 drones on the way for Juice at this point. A factory on the way now for the Terran as well, and he's moving out with a lot of these Marines, but at the same time Juice trying to go for the counter-attack, can't break this wall just yet. 2 supply depots now here in order to be able to deny any kind of Baneling shenanigans that do go on, but these Marines do start engage with these spine crawlers, and I'm not so sure they want to be engaging these. This is very scary territory. Spine crawlers just do so much damage to these, but the Zerglings do come back now. Will they get a nice surround? They do indeed get the surround, and the Marines will fall. So Juice, once again behind this, is just very happy to have a nice economy going, really kind of limiting Letsgowild to 1 base here. A second factory actually now going down, reactor going down as well, so we may see some Hellion play once again from Letsgowild. It was really paying off for him last game, did so much economical damage to Juice in the early game, really pulled him back into it. and an infestation pit now going down for Juice in the back of the base. So if he can land some good fungal growths off on the Marine forces, he's going to be in such a good position as Marines just get totally decimated by those fungal growths. So, Baneling speed now on the way, +1 weapons melee on the way as well, and that +1 melee weapons does indeed increase the damage of those Banelings, so he really wants that. I think you need +2 in order to be able to kill a SCV with one Baneling. Don't quote me on that, I think that's right. But now Juice looking to take his second expansion here as he just moves over after killing those back rocks. And yeah, I've got to favour Juice in this spot. He is getting pathogen glands, he is getting burrow as well. More drones coming out, a starport now on the way, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if we do see a Hellion drop once again. But this could be shut down very easily by the Speedlings and potentially by the Infestors if he does get them out with the fungal growths. So we'll have to see what does go on. But now it looks like Letsgowild does want to secure this expansion, and very wisely indeed, as it's getting later on into the game now and he really needs to keep up in economy with the Zerg. Oof, God. And not much else going on right now. We do have combat shields on the way, but combat shields was gooped up on, and we have gooped up on? I'm not sure it was gooped up on, but oh well. And we do have Stim on the way as well. A few more bunkers here in order to secure this position, and I love this play by Letsgowild. There's no reason to not have those bunkers there. 75% loss for salvaging really isn't that big a deal. And you know, Infestors now on the way. They do have that pathogen gland researched, and we do indeed have a medevac coming out here, so they're going to be able to potentially do some Hellion drops in the near future. Spinecrawler now going down in the back of the base for Juice. Interesting choice to actually pull it there. You normally wouldn't actually see it there, but indeed it is going to be going down. And ooh, Juice actually going for a hidden expansion over to the east, and that is a very, very nice play by Juice. I really like that. Just boosting his economy ever so much, and you know, whilst Letsgowild is just in such a defensive position, you can get away with that kind of thing, especially if Letsgowild doesn't end up scouting a lot. And we'll have to see what these Hellions do. But now the Infestors have seen those Hellions, so they'll be able to be denied. And oh, we get a huge surround. Fungal growth goes off on all the Hellions, and two do escape just barely. But once they actually do crash into them, they're going to be very, very strong indeed. Where has that second Infestor gone? There is the Infestor, waiting to find if it can do any kind of damage here. A second Infestor has gone down to this position to see if there was a third, but indeed there isn't. So Juice is in even a better spot than he initially anticipated. We do have Siege Tech on the way, as well as Siege Tanks and Infernal Pre-Igniter. So Juice just wants to throw some Infested Terrans, and there we go. This could do a significant amount of damage. He must have seen that. He transferred some SCVs to that position just then, and now these infested Terrans are going to be so annoying to deal with, especially since there really is nothing. We do see a scan dropped there, so he really wants to go and kill that in quickly as possible, but he's not killing the Infestor. Oh no, that's bad. And Juice in such a commanding position right now, going to be expanding all across the map. He's in a very, very commanding position. Whilst the Concussive Shells does finish up. We don't have any Marauders out just yet, but there we go, the Marauder does the Marauders do begin to create now, as more Hellions are on the way, and oh my god, so many Hellions coming out as Juice secures what looks like a 6th expansion. So, wow. He's really kind of just keeping Letsgowild on the back burner here, making sure he can't do anything at this point, whilst Juice is just able to just massively, massively expand. At the same time, though, we do have a drop coming down in the second natural even of Juice. Maybe able to get some drones here, and indeed will get some drones. Really not doing anything about this just now. Really needs a fungal growth off on some of these, but nice splitting actually here by Letsgowild in order to deter from that fungal growth. Fungal does go down on them, and the Zerglings will clean up eventually. But at the same time, some Infested Terrans did get dropped in the main base of Letsgowild, taking out a few of the drones here. I can't actually see... Oh my god, I didn't know that Infested Terrans don't have a kill count. I guess it's on the Infestor. But where is the Infestor? And lone Infestor here in the front here did get shot at ever so slightly by these bunkers and missile turret. But ultimately now, Juice looking to move into position for what looks like a huge attack, playing a very Destiny-esque style here. Oh my god, those are Banelings. That is a lot of Banelings. and with his economy he can support this. He is in such a firm position, but actually the Marauders could quite easily soak up a lot of that Baneling fire, so we'll have to see what does go on. Maybe land a lot of fungal growths as well. A Nidus Worm going down, as well as an in-base hatchery, in order to be able to just kind of push himself even further into the lead in this match. And looks like Letsgowild does want to secure that third. Not going to be able to though, as this is a very, very scary push coming right now. But he does see it with the Hellions. The Hellions get absolutely mauled, and then the Banelings now are going to be able to do so much damage to this. Sieging up on the high ground, very good choice by Wild there, as he really, this is a very, very scary army right now, and Juice is going to be able to push in here very, very soon. This could get very, very ugly. There are a lot of Hellions in here, and they does push in. The Banelings really need to connect. The fungal growths go down, and the Banelings kill everything. Oh my god! And oh, let's go Wild, GG's. And that is a very, very, oh my god, that is ridiculous.